Okay, today we are talking about a do-it-yourself hydraulic pallet jack. So the first iteration here is a straddle type pallet jack where the load arms are on the outside of the pallet. Also included a safety decal. It's a crush warning, looks like this. So you can see with the pallet what this design looks like. So again, the load arms, or the frame arms, if you will, straddle the pallet. Here's a multi-view drawing of that design. So let's explore the 3D model. This was created in Fusion 360. It's an Autodesk program. This is not a paid promotion for the product or for Autodesk. It's just what I used. This is all mild carbon steel construction. You can see swivel casters in the rear to steer. And this design is different from most pallet jacks in that you have sort of a shopping cart push handle and you have a small mast and small carriage that rides up inside, up and down that mast. And then of course your load wheels out front there. Again, the drawback of this design is you can't have pallets stacked right up against each other. You have to allow space for your load arms and load wheels, as you see here. And the object of designing and building my own hydraulic pallet jack was to build it for less money than what it would cost to buy a pallet jack on the open market.
Woo!
And just using a simple hydraulic bottle jack. You see we got 4 guide rollers that keep the carriage centered from side to side, and then 4 additional guide rollers to keep the carriage centered forward and rear, if that makes sense. And those ones go up and down, roll up and down inside the little C-channel mast. So iteration number 2, I've simply brought the load frame arms inside the pallet now, closer to the forks, as you can see, but still sticking with the same shopping cart push handle design. Simple hydraulic jack to raise and lower the carriage, and the forks are permanently welded to the carriage. And then I used mild carbon steel rectangular tubing to construct the load arm frames. So we'll add the wooden pallet so you can see the difference. So again, you can see everything now is inside the pallet.
Woo!
Now the drawback with this design is if you have bottom slats on your pallets or wooden crates, as you go to lift up the pallet, you're going to press off those bottom wooden slats off your pallet. But if that's not an issue or doesn't apply to your situation, this design can work just fine. Take a closer look. So iteration number 3, similar to iteration number 2, but you can see we've moved the front load wheels inside of the load arm frame. So again, make it a little bit more narrow. So if you have narrow pallets, this would be a better option. But same shopping cart push handle design. And again, this is all sourced from readily available parts. You can buy on Grainger, McMaster Carr, supplyhouse.com, Amazon. Metal I can get from my local metal supply house. And then for safety, I'd want to do a load test and apply a load test capacity sticker to this pallet jack before putting it into service. All welded steel construction. And the final and 4th iteration is this design, more similar to a common pallet jack, but here again a shopping cart style push handle. Here's a closer view of the pivot bracket and bottle jack. So as you pump the hydraulic bottle jack, you're pushing up on the main frame, and it's going to pivot up the square tube push rods and push the front load wheels down, raising the pallet jack.
Wow.
Let's get a better view of the mechanism underneath. And again, all mild carbon steel construction, welded together. And I measured or calculated about 1 inch of ground clearance when the pallet jack is fully lowered. Did a simple heavy-duty swivel caster for the steer wheel in the rear below the hydraulic bottle jack there. You can see the pivot arms there in yellow, the load wheels in red. I hope this information helps you. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.